we have Scott, the co-founder of Bound USD and RadFi, joining us on stage. How are you?
GM, Barbara. Thanks for having me.
What did you create with RadFi since Runes went live in April 2024? You've been working on this and then you came up with RadFi. What exactly was that intended to solve?
Think a good way to explain it is this the best place to trade and launch Bitcoin tokens. Right now, we support Runes. We do have plans to add other protocols such as Alkanes in the future. Right now, we're primarily focused on platform stability and delivering the user experience that people have come to expect using DeFi.
It's a platform that supports Bitcoin assets like fungible tokens on Bitcoin.
That's right, fungible tokens on Bitcoin. That's a good way to put it. Yep, we just started with Runes.
But then you went on to create something called the virtual minting platform. What does that mean?
The products we build at RadFi, we're really trying to be solution oriented. We're really trying to focus on solving problems for this ecosystem as we see them in the most direct way possible. So the trading platform came about when we saw how people were trading BRC20s, how people were trading runes on Magic Eden in these block orders, no partial fills. You can't just come in and swap. And we tried to think about the best architecture possible for that to deliver the fastest and most secure trading possible on Bitcoin layer one. And the biggest problems is the liquidity in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And we did a little bit of research thinking about how do we solve this liquidity issue, because it's really not scalable to try to reach out to people who minted a lot of these runes and be like, hey, do you want to help make markets for this shitcoin that you minted a lot of? Would you contribute some money to that? That's not a scalable way to build liquidity in an on-chain ecosystem. From doing our research, we found that over 4,000 BTC was spent on Bitcoin miner fees alone on the minting process when Runes launched. I think it was the April of the halving. Shortly thereafter, 4,000 Bitcoin was spent on etching and minting just Runes, which is an astounding amount of liquidity from such kind of an early ecosystem. And having that just kind of disappear and not be recycled into the ecosystem is a major problem we wanted to solve. And that's what we solved with Virtual Mint. Virtual Mint is the exact same experience as minting tokens on Bitcoin mainnet, but instead of just spamming the network and spending the money on transaction fees, when you submit a mint and transfer Bitcoin to RadFi, that Bitcoin is paired against 20% of the supply of the token to be used on our trading platform. So at this point, anybody who wants to launch a Bitcoin token, there's no better place to do it if you actually want liquidity for it on day one.
So these tokens that we're launching, or like, does it qualify as a Runes token?
It is a rune. It follows the rune standard. It uses the runes meta protocol. And as you can see, it's listed and tradable on Magic Eden as well. And there is some arbitrage opportunities between Magic Eden and our own pool. But yeah, it's a rune. They're runes tokens. So really what's happening on Virtual Mint, in the back end, when somebody etches a token, it's etched on mainnet with a 100% pre-mined supply to RadFi. And then the virtual minting process is us essentially operating a auction with the same rules as Bitcoin mainnet. So we're just kind of auctioning off the tokens and selling them to community members based on the highest 4,000 bids, just like kind of how it works on Bitcoin blocks. We meant to mimic the structure exactly. But one of the benefits is that since we are operating the auction, instead of it being actual mainnet miners that are taking in the Bitcoin, since we're operating the auction, if your bid fails, if it's not confirmed because other users outbid you, then your Bitcoin just sitting with RadFi. We haven't spammed it away on transaction fees, so we just allow you to claim it back at the end of the mint when it's over. So that's why you're able to claim Bitcoin even if you had a failed mint. Another way to kind of keep liquidity in the ecosystem, and it makes it a much lower risk to participate in a mint. You submit a bid, you broadcast it, transfer out your Bitcoin, hope it gets confirmed, and if it's not confirmed, then you get to claim your Bitcoin. You get it right back, minus Bitcoin transaction fees. So much lower risk than the existing Bitcoin token minting process.
That's Pretty rad. So let's say I place a bid on the token at zero point 0.1 sat and it goes through. And RadFi then sends the token to me because I am one of the winning bids, right?
Yes, except we wait for the auction to be over. So you don't get it as soon as it's confirmed. You get the tokens when the auction is complete, and this allows us to do more batch transfers so we can send them to everybody at the same time.
The confirmation happens after the 4,000 in a block or after the entire
Confirmation happens after the 4,000 in the block. You'll be confirmed, included. You will get your runes, but you don't actually get the tokens delivered to you until the entire mint is complete, right? All of the tokens have been minted out or the time frame has expired. Every mint can last up to 5 days.
I like that. So I think that we have to head over a little bit to liquidity pools. Talks about making it easier for people to swap their tokens. So the liquidity pools, are they pools that individuals have contributed to, or is it RadFi that is pulling all of this together?
So it is RadFi that's doing the liquidity providing. You could think about it this way: is instead of spending your Bitcoin on miner fees to mint tokens and the miners just keep it, you're spending it on an auction with RadFi, and RadFi is like, we're going to make markets for your shitcoin. Don't worry, we're not just going to run off with your Bitcoin and use it for profit. So that's kind of how the liquidity is formed. So you participate in the auction, we gather everyone's Bitcoin, and then we say, okay, we are going to strive to be online 24/7, always offering a quote to trade this token. The majority of the liquidity is RadFi ourselves from the auction proceeds, but users can send more money to RadFi and supply liquidity themselves if they want. That's totally optional. When a user adds liquidity to the pool, they earn a portion of the trading fees generated as well. So there are benefits, and it helps them kind of DCA in and out of their position, but the majority of the liquidity is from RadFi.
I like it. Talk to us about depositing into the trading wallets, withdrawing, and why that is important.
So many people have become accustomed to bridging their money to other networks. Some products, when you click deposit, you're actually bridging to ICP. Some, when you click deposit, you're bridging to Near Protocol, etc. When you deposit on RadFi, you are not bridging anywhere. It is 100% secured by Bitcoin with your private key. It has nothing to do with any other blockchains. When you deposit into RadFi's trading wallet, you are not leaving Bitcoin. What you're doing is creating a 2 of 2 multi-signature wallet on Bitcoin between yourself, your private key, and RadFi. So we can't touch your money without your signature. It's a 2 of 2 multi-sig between the user and RadFi, and then RadFi's signature expires after 3 months, and then you will need to refresh it. We set an expiration on our signature so that way, in a worst case scenario, you don't have to trust us, right? It's still trustless. Our signature will expire, and you would have full access to withdraw money back to your regular wallet, even if RadFi disappeared or did something stupid or refused to sign for whatever reason. We do not have control over the assets.
Thank you for that. I think it's pretty important that people understand how it works, that it's not a trust me bro kind of situation.
So I just had a question for Scott. Scott, hello here, neighbor, longtime fan. I'm really excited about the platform. I just wanted to know, I think you mentioned that there was no official token, and then I saw there was an official token. Can you just elaborate on that?
Yes, happy to elaborate. There is no official token, period. End of story.
Oh, okay, good to know. I wasn't sure. I was close to buying it because it said official, so I wasn't sure if it was or
Hey,
not. So I
we're
appreciate
not
the heads up.
censoring people's names. They call it what they want, but that is not an official token. There is no official token. We are not issuing an official token. I am not going to start shilling tickers. None of that is happening. Please do not worry.
I am a firm believer that by the end of 2025, we would have seen like incredible platform and more use cases pop up. How are you feeling about that and security concerns around some of these developments that we're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely agree with the thesis that Bitcoin DeFi is going to continue to grow. I think it had a slow start for a number of reasons. One was the kind of liquidity black hole of legacy minting practices that black hole of liquidity has been plugged, and what we aim to do with RadFi keeps liquidity within the ecosystem so we can recycle it amongst ourselves and continue trading and swapping and get more sustainability in the ecosystem. So I think that's going to help. Longer term, we definitely have plans to contribute to the growth of Bitcoin DeFi in more and more meaningful ways. Our architecture is extensible, and we'll continue looking for ways to provide products. We have some stuff in the hopper. We have big plans. Definitely, this is just the start of Bitcoin DeFi.
I like that. Have you secured partnerships?
Yeah, in terms of integration partners, and having access to other products without necessarily needing to build them ourselves, I definitely have some stuff in the pipeline I'm excited about. It's a little far off. We're talking like a few months or so. So I think it's a little too early to talk about this. Not my style.
I like that. I hate it when I'm unable to get the alpha, so I will find a way to ask another question that just milks that alpha from you. BRC 2.0, is that also something that RadFi is positioned to support when he goes live?
Part of the reason we built our infrastructure the way we did is to maintain flexibility. Like, we're not like locked into using only runes or locked into using only alkanes. We will continue to support the ecosystems that have users and liquidity and traction. And right now that's alkanes and runes, and we'll continue to follow very closely. Like BRC 2.0 would definitely be a consideration if we had people asking for it.
I was looking at the virtual mint platform where it says that if you're a handed individual who have minted about 1 million tokens, you get some kind of reward or something?
Yes, that's right. So if you mint at least 1 million tokens, those tokens count as diamond hands. It's almost like they're staked, and they earn 1/3 of the fees generated by the pool. So it encourages people who mint not to just instantly dump their tokens if they believe in the meme. And what's cool is, like, let's say there's only two diamond hand holders. They both have 1 million tokens, and there is $30 of trading fees generated. That would mean that Diamond Hands as a group gets $10 of fees. And since there's only two users in that group who have 1 million Diamond Hands each, they would each get $5. Now, if one of those users sells, the next time there's $30 worth of trading fees and $10 goes to Diamond Hands, that one user remaining who only has 1 million tokens will get the entire $10 to themselves. So the longer you hold out while other people capitulate, you'll be able to get a bigger share of the Diamond Hands revenue.
So, and this applies to all tokens that are created on the platform?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I'm holding some 1 million. Want to share one alpha before you dip?
More is coming soon. We have charts coming out, token page. We're listening to everybody's suggestions. We thank everybody for reporting bugs and opening tickets and helping us improve the performance of our platform. We appreciate every user that came to our platform and supported us in our early days and continues to support us. And we won't forget everybody's patience and support in these early days. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, Barbara.